Howdy folks, Kirk and Jay here with Kirk, Giordano Plastering. Today I'm going to show you something that I get asked often. See this little itty bitty area here. Well, the folks who own the place weren't sure how the heck we were going to get stucco in there, and I said no problem. He said, should we remove the trim first? No, not at all. Several ways to get stucco in there, guys. And we are leaving a half-inch lip here. I could fill it or I could throw it in. Either way works. I'll show you. And it doesn't matter if we get anything on here. Okay, at the bottom I'll fill it, and if you fill it tight enough, that's a real deep hole right there, so you got to fill it tight enough, otherwise it'll keep sliding off. And don't worry about being clean, guys, because no such thing as being clean here when you have a hole that's 2 inches deep. Okay, that's one way to do it. I'll show you another way. I'm just going to grab some mud here. All right, another way of doing it is throwing it in. Either way is fine, guys. You take it, you throw it in. The same idea applies. You have to throw it in thick, otherwise it's just going to fall right out. Throw it in thick, and then you can cut it back. I can use a trowel and cut it back, or one of the fellows was saying, well, don't you need a wing tool? A wing tool is like that. You could use a wing tool, but you don't really need to do that. I'll show you. Let me get these other couple little bits of stucco in it. And again, because I'm working 2 inches thick, I'm going to put it extra full. By putting it extra full, it avoids the dropouts. Otherwise, it's going to continue dropping out. What happens if you start at the top and work down? It just falls out all the time because the bottom needs to hold the top. Okay, so I'm going to finish doing this top piece. And all you're doing is putting a little bit of stucco on the trowel. Okay, once you got it where you need it, now you take any trowel, guys. Any trowel will work. What I'll generally do is I'll take my trowel now on edge and just push it in there tight. Once you got it in there tight, take a margin trowel. These come in all sizes, from long ones, short ones, fat ones. Me, what I'll do is, because this one is about the right depth, I'll use my finger as a template. I'll take it wherever I can, okay, about right there. Now my finger's a template to give me the gauge to go straight up and give me that ½ inch that I'm looking for. Okay, now I'm going to throw that excess there, step up here, and I'm still holding my finger to give me that ½ inch template. It doesn't have to be pretty now because it still has to be floated. Okay, we got that ½ inch. Now here I'm going to take this and go a little tighter. Now I'm going to turn it at an angle. So I'm going to turn it at an angle and still get that ½ inch. You know how to use your tools, guys. You've been doing this for a while. It's a piece of cake. Okay, so once you got it where you're happy with it, then you use a float. Okay, right here, this is a heavy finish. So I buy these by the box, guys, about 100 in a box. If you buy them separately, they're like $5. Buy them in a box, they're like $3. You put it on the ground, and you can just step on it and do whatever you want. They're throwaways. But what I did is I got a pretty little float because I wanted it easier. I just cut the inside out with my handy dandy snips. Now, what I'll do is I'll dip this in water. Why do I have to dip it in water? Because if I don't, it'll just drag that. Now, if you want to make the wall pretty first, you can do this. Or you can use a rag and make the wall pretty first. Is it necessary? Not really, guys, but since I'm showing you, I figure I'll make it pretty. Okay, now what you're going to do is I bent this at a certain angle where the extra sponge is at the edge here. So I'm going to take it and put it in here and just as I was doing earlier, use my common sense and a little bit of practice and use my eyeball to bring it upward. If I go down, what happens, guys? It falls off the wall. Okay, there to there. Now that actually matches pretty good, but of course I'm going to go over it a couple more times and pretty it up even further than that. But these guys, these little sponge floats here, you can do whatever you want. You could improvise. What we do is all about improvising. You look at something and you figure out a way to do it. You use the same existing tools that we have. You don't need to go with anything fancy or special. And there it is. That's a done deal. If you really want to get fancy, you take your regular sponge float now, and I can take it sideways here and pull it up, but I'm just going to clean this up right here just for the camera, and you guys get an idea of how to get into a tight area. The same tools, just improvise. All right guys, end of the day. We had a lot of work to do on the other side. Figured I'd show one last thing. Okay, the float, that actually brought it to a float finish. It brought the sand out, but it didn't give it this dash finish. We mixed up some soupy mud, dipped the dash brush in there and flung it on there just like that, then cleaned everything up. I figured I'd show you guys that because there's always some sharp guy who'll say, hey, that's a float finish, but the wall is a dash. And I'd say right on the money, guys. Anyhow, you see how easy it is. Even you folks can do it. Anyway, my name is Kirk. Jason on the camera. Long day. As usual, we thank you for watching. We'll see you guys on the next one. Once again, folks, we thank you for watching, and I really enjoy all your comments.
If you guys like this video, please click the like button down below, and also if you enjoy what we do, subscribe to our channel so we can keep making these videos for you.
My name is Kirk.
And Jay.
We thank you for watching, and from the entire Giordano family, we'll see you on the next one.